Well, hello everyone. My name is Bethany.
Yes. And I'm Crystal.
And this is
The Bomb.
the Bomb
Decom.
Decom.
Okay.
That was honestly beautiful. I don't know
That was
why, but
great.
like that intro is giving me. Do you remember the Amanda Show?
Oh, yeah.
Where it's
I
like,
do.
this is the girls' room, where it'd be like the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
Where they all had different
Yeah.
pronouns. Like, I'm from the South. And be like, and I'm going to beat you up. And it was all these like very.
He's like high
you
school
know,
personas. Yeah.
one note characters.
I distinctly remember the, what was it? Was it Dear Ashley? Dear
That's
Ashley.
me.
That's me. And she
Dear
would just
Ashley.
get so aggressive. in
Well,
her
it'd be like,
responses.
I live in a house with my parents, and there's this boy who's always around. He has his own room and everything. He always eats
Yeah.
meals with us. Who is he?
And he kinda looks like
Cynthia, he's your darn brother. And like,
Brother. Stop, like, getting so aggressive.
oh my God, poor Amanda.
Truly. She went through it. Been through it.
I mean, I think she's still going through it. She does not seem.
Oh, presently.
I mean, I don't know. I haven't checked on her in years, but like, it seems like an ongoing journey. Is all I'm gonna say about that.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I had the thought today, like, you know how you seem normal to people, like not you, but like anyone,
Right.
and then they get to know you, and they're like, oh, you are not normal.
Right. They're
Isn't
"There's
that like
something-
wild?
There's something going on there.
I was
is a
just thinking,
little-
like-
that is a little wild.
It is. I was thinking that about my coworkers today. And I'm like, damn. Until today, they probably thought I was fucking normal, and now they're like,
Yeah.
that bitch is weird.
She's a weirdo. Yeah. Truly.
I love that. I mean, I love that. I love being weird. Obviously, it makes it interesting, but it's just funny how like you cosplay as like a normal person until like, bam, I'm a weirdo.
Mm-hmm. Until they get the opportunity to get you outside of your normal environments, and you're just
Exactly.
like, here I am. This is me.
Yeah. Yes. Well, folks, this is the first ever episode of
Yes.
Susie Q, but fun little background just for context is this is actually like the maybe 5th episode we've recorded, but
Yeah.
our original audio for this episode was trash. We were
sure
still
was.
learning.
You listened
And-
to it?
No, but you told me
Oh.
and I trust you.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah.
Yeah. But we want you to have, at least first impressions matter, right? So we want you
Yeah.
to feel at home with us, feel comfortable with us, feel comforted by us. So,
Yeah. And our first
We're-
episode can't suck. Like, that's-
exactly.
Yeah.
While the movie may suck, we can't have the episodes.
Still think this movie is somewhat enjoyable. Okay. It is
All right, well,
low
let-
on our list, but
Well, let's get into it. Like, initial thoughts. I did not enjoy this movie. I stand by this movie being about dead teens and property law.
property
which is
law.
a fucking boring concept. I'm not gonna lie, but please
Especially
share
for
like
a
how you
decom.
feel about it, for real.
I just feel like I really like identify with the cuteness of it all mostly, because Susie Q is cute, her dress
Yes.
is cute, the main guy is cute,
No,
and you don't think he's a cutie?
no, I've always thought he was so weird looking, and like as an adult, it's weird because
Weird.
sometimes as a grown up, I'm like, wow, I was wildly off for thinking that person was attractive, or like, wow, that person actually is good looking, and I just didn't realize it. Him though,
Yeah.
consistent from 6-year-old Bethany to 33-year-old Bethany. I'm like, that man has a weird face to me.
Oh my goodness! I thought he was I thought he was a little cutie patootie. Like,
I mean, no
average
shade.
looking cutie patootie.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah. I mean, I don't think he's like bad looking, but it's just, he's not
Yeah,
for me. And
just-
that's okay. I'm probably not
Yeah.
for him.
No, I think you're everybody's type.
I don't think that's true, but I really appreciate you saying that.
I'm pretty sure it's facts. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like the whole time, like, that's what really got me is just the sentiment and the cuteness and the sweet old people and da 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 da. And yeah, the movie plot is wild and it is kind of boring and it just was like, I let the cuteness wash over me, you know?
I honestly love that, and I'm envious. I wish I could have been there with you. But I do feel like that's what appealed to, because as a kid, I did love this movie.
Same.
And I think
and it stuck with me.
Yeah, I think for me it was the cuteness of Susie Q. Because she like has that cute little pink dress, and she's like very cute in her behaviors.
Yes. She's so precious.
Yeah, and I stand by that for sure, but it just wasn't enough this time.
Yeah. I guess in our adulthood, it's like the cuteness is, we need more. We need more than that. We need more depth and more entertainment, you know?
Yes, I agree with that. So, did you have anything else you wanted to share before we jump in?
I'm glad there wasn't a sequel to this. That's all I'll share. Yeah.
I feel like there are no... Okay, because I guess we should start off with this. Is like, technically, this is a Disney premiere film.
Oh, right.
Which is
yeah,
it's a predecessor to Disney Channel original movies. And we decided to start with this one along with the next few episodes being Disney premiere films as well, because they were just as impactful to our childhood. And again, ancestors to what we know as the modern day DCOM. That being said, I don't think there were any DCOM sequels. I mean, not DCOM, sorry. Disney premiere film sequels.
Disney premiere, I was going to say, what? But yeah.
We definitely know.
Like that's no question. But yeah, I guess there are no Disney premiere sequels. They all stand alone as their own entities.
I guess Escape to Witch Mountain is a Disney premiere film.
Never seen that.
Oh, I loved it as a kid. It has baby Eric Von Detten, but not just that. It has baby Elizabeth Moss from, like Mad Men, Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So they played like twins who were separated at birth or something, but they're like also aliens and magic. And then the villain in that movie, this might be a good to do as like a bonus episode if we do get a Patreon at some point, which I'm hoping to do.
Yes.
The villain is Val from Brink.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so I'm like, him and Eric
early
Von Detten. Him and Eric Von Detten playing rivals is like, it's like right in the stars or something.
They're like, we need to bring this back. Love this duo.
And honestly, it's a great duo. Like, I stand by them doing that. Amazing.
I do love them. Secretly queer coded.
Oh, especially in Brink. Like, Val wants to fuck. Like,
Val has a crush on him. He's obsessed with him.
He really is. And I support it.
Same. I would love like an enemies to lovers trope. Just like in some fan fiction or something. I don't need a sequel, but it'd be cute.
Yeah, for sure. But if it was a sequel about these two men in their 40s who like remember when we were in high school and we like were on, opposing skating, roller skating teams, and I was a soul skater and you skated for the money, and yeah.
He'll just be like, "Oh, Brink, after all these years, still making me laugh."
Okay, they're like 80. Oh, boring. After all these years, he still got it.
And they're just like 40 years old, but I'm making them sound like they're literally in rocking chairs for some reason.
They're on death's door knocking. Please take me. Oh my goodness.
After all these years. Oh my God. And I don't know what's going on with that, but that would be cute. I'm here for it.
I'm also here for it. I'm definitely here for it. But yeah, dear listeners, I have had a couple drinks in celebration of our premiere episode, but I do want to shout out, I'm in Portland and I went to this bar and they have this drink called something Palace. I can't remember the name, but it tastes like you're drinking, and this is going to sound gross, but it's like a delicious cocktail that has elements of buttery popcorn.
That sounds good.
It's
I would
hella
drink that.
good.
Yeah,
no, I love it. It's really fun. I like had it a month ago, and Sas was like, "Let's go for a drink before you record your podcast." I'm like, "Hell yeah," because we like never have time off together anymore. And so I'm like, "Where did we get that buttery popcorn drink? I can't remember." And he told me, and I was like, "We need to go there," and we did. Luckily, it's close. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, that sounds delicious. Why did you think that it would sound gross? Like the buttery
I don't know.
popcorn in a alcohol setting like wouldn't sound good. I think it sounds
Well, I
good.
just feel like drinking buttery popcorn. Like that's originally how I was gonna phrase it, and I'm like that could sound gross. Sound gross to some.
Oh
you know?
yeah, that does. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, buttery popcorn cocktail. Sign me up. Absolutely.
Chef's kiss.
I would try
baby.
it. I would absolutely try that.
Yeah, same. I mean, I did try it and it was delicious. When you come back to
sounds good.
Portland, we'll have to get you one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I was actually
Can't
having
wait.
this conversation with someone recently about like, I would rather pay more for a really good cocktail than go to a dive bar and get like some shitty drink for way less.
Yeah. Same. I want the experience of the cocktail these days.
Yes, I want something interesting. And like, I'm not rich. Like, don't think I'm like some bougie
Right.
bitch out here. But like, I like what I like. I'm in my 30s. That's what I deserve.
yeah.
A decent drink.
Your palate has been elevated, and you know you've grown. Like you need a little bit more. Plus, I'm not
Exactly.
drinking like to get wasted. Like I'm not trying to get
No.
drunk per se. I want
No.
to just go and enjoy my time wherever I am, drinking something that tastes good. So
Exactly.
get
Like
that.
I had 2 of them. That's it. And like that's
right, that's enough.
perfect
Yeah.
number. Yeah.
Nice
Great.
little buzz. Buzzy,
All right.
buzzy
So
bee.
now that we've gotten warmed up, I'm gonna jump into this movie. Dive on in. Woo!
Let's do it. we
Susie
are.
Q.
In 1955.
We open, yes, 1955, Willow Valley, Washington. Susie Q, our main character, she's getting dressed, and she is getting dressed in this like pink little teacup dress to go to this dance with her boyfriend.
Yes.
While she's getting ready, she stops in to say hi to her grandfather. Love a grandfather moment. And she's like, bye, Grandpa. And he's like, my papers. Oh, we need my papers. And she's like, I can't help you right now, but I'll send my parents upstairs to help you. Spoiler
Yes.
alert, she forgets to do that.
Yeah.
They head to the
Doesn't
dance.
do that.
Before she heads out, she changes from her heels, which her parents saw her leaving, to sneakers because she's our proto Bella Swan. She's a comfort
Yes.
queen.
Comfort
Relatable.
queen indeed.
Yes. So,
Her and her man
She's-
Johnny Angel.
yes, Johnny Angel. So they're driving, and she realizes, oh my God, I never sent my parents back upstairs to help my grandfather.
Right.
Instead of like behaving like a normal person, he just stops on the middle of a bridge and she
Yeah.
explains to him while they're parked in the middle of a bridge.
I mean,
Single
she
lane
does
road.
yell, like she like yells like stop the car, and he does, but I'm like, you're also commanding this vehicle, like you should pull
Yes.
over or you know get off the bridge at least like let's
Absolutely.
exit. Yeah.
If anyone said that to me, I'd be like, I'm going to find a safe place to pull over and park. Like,
Right. Like, oh, okay, I'll stop. Just give me a minute. Like, okay,
yeah.
I'll stop.
Definitely not on
the
a bridge of all places.
No. Never. Never.
Anyway.
Johnny Angel, not the, you know, he's a cutie and he's got a cool last name, but not
Yeah.
the brightest bulb in the,
Not the sharpest tool in the shed.
yeah, sharpest tool in the shed. What, isn't there like
Brightest
a brightest
bulb
bulb in this
In
chandelier?
the bulb package.
I guess people just say not the brightest bulb, period.
yeah.
I don't, okay, that might be it. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
there's more to it. If honestly, dear listener, if there is something more to it, please tell us.
For me, I'm gonna just go with brightest bulb in the chandelier because that
I
works
like brightest bulb in the bulb package.
in the bulb package where they're not even lit yet. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
but when I use them individually and light them, I'm like, this is the dimmest.
of this
And that's
bulb
Johnny.
package.
That's Johnny Angel. This is the Johnny Angel of this bulb package.
Oh my god. Yes, he is not the brightest bulb in the bulb package, unfortunately.
TM. I think that should be like our first merchandise, like not the brightest
bulb in the bulb
package.
Merch coming soon. Gosh.
That's pretty great. Okay.
That's
all right.
so it's very us. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I dig
Yeah.
it. It's unique and ridiculous, like us, as you said.
It's a conversation starter for sure.
It is. Like, what does that shirt mean?
Yeah, what's going on with this?
Cute little like bulb on the front, then on the back it says that. So as they're parked in the middle of this bridge, naturally, a drunk asshole rams them from behind and right off the bridge into the water, where they both meet their watery death.
So untimely, so young.
Yeah. Cut to 1995, exactly 40 years in the future. How many years ago was 1995 from now? 28 years. Wild.
Oh, yeah, it's about to be 2024.
Jeez. Yeah, I know. But back in 95, when we were both little babies, well, we were kids, not babies, but when we were around...
I was 6, right? Yeah, we were both 6.
Yeah, I was 5 most of the year because December baby over here.
Oh, yeah, December babe.
Yeah, my age always matches the end of the year, which is why I always can do some real fast math on it. So, like, 2023, 33. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, 95, 5. So, we meet a teenage Zach, his mom, who's played by Shelley Long, and his younger sister, Terry, who are moving to, you guessed it, Willow Valley, Washington. In their new house, they're settling in, and weird stuff starts happening. The faucet is, like, malfunctioning, and it's just, it's odd.
Like, the water is running by itself, and, like, I don't remember if the family sees the water floating, but we see it, like, doing that weird float thing,
I think
right?
Terry sees it, the little sister.
Oh, okay. So she sees the flat out, like, she sees the gravity defiance, and she's just like, what's this? What's going on?
And then we see, like, a weird nighttime invisible entity who's, like, messing with, not even messing, but, like, in the sister's room. And we're like, this is weird. Terry's getting all the weirdness for some reason. And we then see Zach, and he finds a basketball in his room, and he kind of is, like, being weird about it. And we see in flashbacks that there's some uncomfortable history for him tied to basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he's a little sad boy. The next morning, the mom asks him about playing basketball. So we're like, okay, this is like a thing. And he's very shut off. He's like, I'm not playing basketball anymore. I'm done with that. Terry is apparently, like, kind of like a computer whiz. Like,
oh, right. Yeah.
She's fully in Silicon Valley right now, making, like, 7 figures. Like, she's thriving.
She's a hacker.
In reality. She is a hacker. Like, she's fucking killing it. She grew up to be Lisbeth Salander.
Oh, okay. Isn't that the blood scam lady? The blood test scamming lady?
No, that's Elizabeth Holmes. Lisbeth Salander is the main character of the girl with the dragon tattoo.
That's why I was like, okay. Not a great future for our little computer whiz, but sure.
Oh my God.
That makes so much more sense.
Yeah. She's not Elizabeth Holmes. Oh my goodness. Okay. But we see her, she's left in her bedroom alone with this grown-ass man who's installing the internet in her room. And I'm like, this is wild.
Weird internet guy.
Yes, weird internet guy. And he basically tells her, like, oh yeah, this house is hella haunted. Good luck with that.
Flat out.
Ridiculous.
Just tells a child her new house is haunted as hell.
Yeah, and you know what? He's not wrong.
Yeah, he was absolutely accurate.
He was indeed. So we see Zach in school, and he's, like, getting eyeballs. He's a new guy, you know. And one thing I noticed about Zach is, in a lot of the stylings of these 90s kids, is the 90s are back for Gen Z, right? Like, Zach has that perfect, like, parted in the middle, like, you know, Z-boy hair. But you know what? Gen X did it first. That's all I'm going to say about that.
They sure did. This was their time. This was it.
This was their time. Yeah. And we see, like, some people, like, messing with, or, like, some bully guy kind of, like, messing with him because that guy's a basketball star and he's clearly threatened by Zach. And we see that Zach obviously comes with a reputation for being a basketballer baby.
He's famous around these parts. He
really, apparently around all these parts, because he moved from, like, LA or some shit. Like, I don't know.
Like far away.
They're all up in his business. So immediately, one of his teacher who also coaches the basketball team asks him, like, when are you playing basketball? Which I'm like, that's weird, but
yeah, a little bit, right?
Whatever. We need to get the plot moving. So it's been established. This man used to ball, and he does not ball anymore.
He quit.
So his name is Mr. Kovich. That's the teacher's name.
Oh, yes, Mr. Kovich, yeah.
Oh, wait, no. Mr. Kovich is the villain. I'm so sorry. I forget the teacher's name. Mr. Kovich is the villain who enters
Mr. Kovich is,
He's being interviewed on the news, which is where Zach's mom works. Mm-hmm. Mr. Kovich. He wants to build in a what?
An ultra development.
An ultra development.
That's just what I'm going to call I don't know, any project that seems like it's just, otherworldly. It's an ultra development.
I feel like
working on
like
ultra development.
My neighborhood, like, what ultra development do you live in? Like, let's replace neighborhood with that.
Truly.
Yes. So he's working on his ultra development that will displace older and lower income people from the local trailer park. So he is bad.
Disgusting.
Yes. Meanwhile, Zach is exploring his new neighborhood and he finds a bracelet in the water and he decides to keep it. He says he's keeping it for his sister's first prom, which...
Yeah. Again, I don't...
Just weird.
Yeah. I didn't receive any, like, prom gifts or anything from anyone, and, like, to get something from one of my brothers would have been... Like, I could see my mom maybe getting me, like, a necklace to wear with my dress or something.
Sure.
But, But, yeah, my brother's like, happy prom, I found this bracelet for you.
I found this in a lake 8 years ago. I thought you'd really like it for this specific occasion.
Be like, bro, what the hell? Like, okay, I guess. But this is weird, little bro. This is weird.
Very weird. Yes. So he keeps it for that reason. And we find out then that Zach's dad died in a car crash attempting to make it to one of Zach's basketball games. Yeah. If you are a smart watcher, you might have seen this one coming. But that is his issue with now playing basketball. He's done with it.
His heart's not in it anymore.
So Zach blames himself for his dad's death, which is why he avoids basketball now. This really reminded me of, what's that movie? Save the Last Dance.
Oh, yeah, you mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember that movie? Like, she's a dancer, and she's performing or auditioning or something, or I forget what.
Yes.
But she's like, Mom, you have to come. You have to make it. And her mom's like trying to get there, and then she, of course, dies.
She gets into a car accident?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mostly remember, like, the racial stuff that happened after she moved to that new neighborhood and, like, was doing the stuff at
that's the main plot.
Yeah.
That's just why she moved there.
But yeah. Yeah, it's very similar, actually. Damn.
It is. But you know what? Susie Q did it first.
She sure did. Wow.
She sure did.
Land on the foundation. Okay.
Yeah. So then we see Zach. He's in his bedroom and he looks in his driveway. And who do we see? Susie.
Yeah.
And he like says something to her and she realizes that he can see her. And she, after 40 years of no one seeing her, what does she do? Does she engage? No.
Absolutely not.
She runs away. No. She's
runs off. Yeah, and I'm like, what are you scared of? Like, you're dead.
Yeah. It's very strange.
Did not understand it.
More so, I would be desperate. Exactly.
Yeah.
Desperate for some communication after 40 years.
Have to talk to someone.
Yeah, ridiculous. So, anyway, she runs away, and then at school the next day, he asks the janitor, or he asks some other student about Susie. He's like, oh, do you know this girl named Susie? And the janitor overhears him and says, like, oh, Susie was the greatest, like, she was wonderful. And I don't know how he knows exactly which Susie.
Yeah. Like, you hear someone asking about someone who has the same name as a person who's been dead for 40 years, and you think they're talking about them. Like, why are they top of mind? I don't understand, but
bizarre.
The janitor he seemed like he was in love with her. He was in love with Susie, yes. I think. Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe he was 18 years old when he started janitoring, back when Susie was a student there. That's what I'm going to choose to believe.
Yeah.
So it wasn't creepy.
My first theory was that he was a teacher and then just became a janitor.
I forgot about that. Like, you know, the natural evolution. You teach and then you janitor and then you get to retire.
Yeah. You clean the school. After your wonderful career teaching at high school, you start cleaning it. That's just how it goes.
Oh my
but I'm
God.
just like, how did he know her and how did he end up being a janitor and like for so long? Because I think he literally says like, I've been cleaning these halls for da 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 da, and I'm like,
well, clearly he janitored there when Susie was the student.
She was
so it's been over 40 years.
Right. And he put him at like 60. So yeah, maybe he was like 18 or 18, 20-ish, somewhere in that range. Yeah.
That's what I'm choosing to believe.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So he says it with a lot of love. Like, clearly he had a thing for this girl. Yeah. And like, you're definitely supposed to take it as like, this is a girl that the girls wanted to be her and the guys wanted to be with her type girl.
Yeah. America's sweetheart.
Exactly. So then Zach looks in one of the trophy cases at old photos and he sees a photo of the cheerleaders and Susie's in it from 1955. And he's like, oh shit, like, yeah, that is the same girl.
Yeah, she's fucking dead. Like, what? I would not believe my eyes at this point on it. Like, what do you do? What do you do when you just spoke to someone and then you see a photo of that same person and they're like, yeah, their name is Susie, da da da, they used to go here, and they're dead?
I would honestly think this was like, the photo was like a mom and she had a daughter who's fucking with me, who they look weirdly alike.
I mean, I would rationalize it probably that way too. Yeah, I would have to, because
I mean, more likely than
that
ghost
I'm talking
girl.
to a ghost. Facts. Yeah, but I would have the same train of thought. Yeah. Yeah,
but he's kind of in it now. So later that night, Susie shows up in Zach's room, where I guess she realizes it's like, hey, it might be nice to talk to someone.
Right.
And you know, he's the only one who can see her. So he's paying attention. Wait, no. Okay, so basically they connect and she realizes that she needs his help. Yes. Because she's still stuck on this mortal coil because she has some unfinished business. Indeed. So we kind of see her harassing him over the next period of time, where they go to school and like he's looking at other girls because, you know, he's a horny teenager. Yeah. And it's the 90s, so women are a little more scantily clad than they were in, you know, the 50s. And her response to this is to, like, rip off a bunch of her clothing.
Yeah, literally just destroys her dress.
Yes.
And has so much faith in her fabric ripping abilities, I guess, because she just goes right at it. Like, no hesitation.
Yes.
So.
Yes. I think also for Susie, like, let's think about it. This is, as I said, the girl that all the girls wanted to be and all the guys wanted to be with. So she's like, you look at someone else. Like, I'm Susie cute.
Right.
So,
like, what else do you need? I've got everything right here.
I'll show you a little bit more leg, a little bit more cleavage. Like, and that's a lock.
That's got to be it. And the new look is, of course, the iconic, super cute, satin pink, like Susie Q dress.
It's very cute. It works. It works. But that doesn't work on Zach initially. He's, I think, pretty freaked out. Right. She's a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
And I don't see ghosts. So she tries different ways to blackmail him into helping her, which is a pretty obnoxious, like, set of actions to witness.
I would just be like, bro, I'll give you some time to think on it. Let me go, you know, traipse my ghost ass around a little bit. Just see what's going on in this high school. I don't know. But she's like,
ghost ass around.
She's so adamant that he agreed right then in that moment.
Yes.
And I'm like, bruh, calm down.
It's ridiculous. Also, considering, and I hate this trope on both ends. I hate the trope where it's like someone's invisible for whatever reason, be them ghost or an invisible person. And and what happens in this movie where the invisible person is unreasonable in accepting that the person who can see them cannot have a conversation with them in the open because they will look like they have lost their mind.
Literally. Can't just be sitting here on the steps of this crowded ass school talking to air. Like, come on, girl, cut me some slack.
So he's like, look at me. She is losing it. Like, pay attention to me. And I hate it on the other end where, like, this happens in a later decom, Don't Look Under Your Bed. Where it's been established that a character's invisible, and the character who's, like, seeing the invisible person is like, everyone else see this person? They're messing with me. And it's like, bitch, they're invisible. It's been proven.
No one's gonna see them, girl.
And now you look like you've lost your mind.
Yeah, now you just look crazy. Like, what are you doing?
Anyway, that's my feelings on the matter. So we deal with some of that. Yeah, and I like Susie, but she is mad obnoxious in this scene. So after all this, Zach, for some reason, decides that he will help her. And what she needs help with is to find her parents, and they live at the trailer park, the one that Mr. Kovich wants to tear down and turn into an ultra development. And this all relates back to the papers that her grandfather was looking for in the beginning of the movie. So yeah, so basically the situation is that they have a right to their property, but Mr. Kovich wants it, and if they can find those papers, they have proof of right to property. Right now it belongs to the bank or something.
Time is running out. They got like...
Time is running out.
A couple days or something, or a day. I don't even remember how long, but not long.
It's definitely no more than a few days in this movie, for sure. Yeah. So in this movie, we meet Susie's parents. Zach goes up to them, and it's kind of funny because they're clearly the same parents who were in the beginning of the movie, who were normal, like 40-something parents in terms of their age.
Yeah.
And they, after 40 years, look like a little bit older.
Yeah, they do.
But not like 80, which is what they should be.
Yeah, they undershot their old people makeup. Yeah. And yeah, they just... I would put them at like pushing 70. Like they're maybe like 72 max. So, yeah.
I mean, I guess if they were teen parents, sure, but yeah, that's a strange assumption to make.
Yeah. They looked like normal age to have a high school daughter, for sure.
They did, I mean, and I'm like...
You know, average age, I should say, not normal, but yeah.
Yeah, average, for sure. Yeah. But I feel like they should have just, like, recast, like, cast old people in the old people role.
And just, like, find some old people that kind of look like them and make them look more like them with makeup. Like, whatever.
And they're hardly in the beginning of the movie. Like, I don't think it would have been an issue to do that.
Literally, we see them for maybe 20 seconds and would have been fine.
Yeah, I feel like old people makeup today could do it. But in the 90s, we weren't there, especially for a Disney Channel movie.
They kind of missed the mark a little bit.
Quite a bit. So after Zach goes to meet her parents and they talk, Zach and Susie have their own moment, and they kind of talk and bond over death because, you know, he's dealt with the death of his father and she's dead. So
yeah,
lots to talk about. And we find out that Susie actually was in heaven, and that heaven's real, and that she was sent back because she needs to look out for the people she loves, which are her parents. So
that was wild to me that she got sent. Imagine making it. You're in heaven. You're done. You finally made it.
I know.
And they're like, actually, I gotta send you back, girl. I would have been like, why did you bring me up here in the first place? Send an angel down to just give me a message, you know? Send a messenger.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, even if they let you into heaven, if it's like your parents need your help, you know you'd want to go back and do it.
That's true. And I guess, like, it's critical time. I don't know how long she's been back. I don't know if she said, but, you know, I guess it's, like, critical time. And
I think a while. I think she was very little in heaven, it sounds like. I think she's been working on this for a while.
Okay. Well, all right, yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of fucked up that they sent her back to Earth, like, because it seems like the key was him finding that bracelet.
Yeah, so somebody could see her. Yeah.
Like, they kind of set her up for failure.
Even though, like, if she did have an ounce of sense, she could have just gone and looked for the papers herself at any moment in that house. Because she can interact with everything. So
that's true. You're right.
She could have just gone and looked for the papers.
And brought them to the parents.
Yeah. Just drop them off at the parents' front door or get into their house, drop them off on the kitchen table or something. I don't know. She didn't need anybody to see her, but...
Damn, girl. You're right.
Without that, we have no movie, so,
I would be okay with that. It's not a good movie.
I mean, yeah.
I stand by that. Damn, now I'm pissed, Susie. The fuck you doing, girl?
Sitting on our ghost ass.
Maybe her arc was not only helping her parents, but also helping this, like, privileged little white boy who lost his dad cope with death.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, I guess he did have to, like, find her bracelet to make the connection, and then that's kind of part of her, what she's doing there.
Yeah.
Who's there, Silas?
Yeah, say hi, Silas.
Hi, Crystal.
Oh, wow. That was half-assed.
I'm sorry. He's excited about dragon fruit, and he wants to go cook a lot.
Oh, okay. I can get down with that.
Yes, indeedy. So
dragon fruit's delicious.
It is. It's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's great.
And tell him I like that sweater.
Too.
I love that sweater.
It's his favorite sweater. I need to get him more like that.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, so then we go back to Mr. Kovich, and his son is Zach's bully, the one who doesn't want him playing basketball, Abby. Yeah. So,
this scene just made me laugh so much, just because, like, they make it seem like he's supposed to be his dad's, like, little goon or something, and it was just so comical, because Zach... He's just afraid of his dad, basically, in the whole scene. And he's just like, oh, what do we do? He's just like a dumb little kid. And I'm like, bro, he's nobody's goon. Like, let's stop this.
I hear that. It kind of reminds me about this man I found out about today who, like, drinks his 20-year-old son's blood.
What? Hold on. Wait a second. What did you say?
This 50-year-old man drinks his 20-something son's blood to try to reverse the aging process, in addition to other things.
So his son, he just draws blood from his son, who is, just willingly like, here's my blood, Pops, hope it works. Going out with my friends now. Oh my God. I'm so lucky to have the parents
that your parents don't demand your blood to drink to reverse the aging process. Yeah, we're really lucky we don't deal with that.
Like that. What? If there's nothing that could have prepared me for you saying that just now. That's some crazy shit.
Yeah. He's like a tech millionaire, and it's like, you get to a certain amount of money and you just cannot be normal. Like, you can't do it.
You literally just have to lose it for some reason. I feel like I never would, definitely not to that level, but it seems that way. Like, you just get a certain level of rich and you just have to start doing wild shit for...
I don't know.
For what? I don't know, but...
I'm so far from being a multimillionaire that who knows who the fuck I would be if I got there.
I feel like you'd be a humanitarian. We'd be safe. You'd be a safe rich person.
World, universe, test me.
Yeah, right. Me too.
Let me find out.
The same test. I would love to find out.
Girl, I know. So, this man drinks his man's blood, much like Mr. Kovich, who canonically in this movie drinks his son's blood. No, I'm sorry, this movie's so fucking boring that I'm like trying to make it interesting.
Honestly, that would have gotten I would have been like, huh? You said what now? Okay.
It's just a side plot. It has nothing to do with the larger story. It's just like a character trait.
No ties to the ultra development. He just wants to stay young. Like, what the hell?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay.
Damn, people are wild.
Silas, give a proper hello to Crystal.
Oh, I didn't know it was on camera.
Yes.
Silas!
Hey,
Hi!
Crystal.
Hi, Papa Si. Can he hear me?
Yeah. No, he can't hear you. She said
Oh.
hi, Papa Si.
And then I like his sweater.
Oh, she loved your sweater.
Oh, tell her thank you.
He said thank you. I don't know if you can hear him.
I did. Such
Oh, my
sweetie.
children are here. My children are
Such a
here.
little sweetie.
Okay, so yeah, so Susie and Zach need to access the bank records to basically get those papers that the grandfather talked about, but they obviously don't have any credentials that would get them access. So what do they have to do? They have to hack the system.
Gotta hack it.
I'm in the mainframe. Okay, so little Terry, baby girl Terry, she is a computer whiz, as we've mentioned. And she agrees that she will help Zach once Susie is able to prove that she is indeed a real ghost. So while
Oh, right.
Terry can't see Susie, she does see items being manipulated, which is
Yeah,
what you
objects
mentioned in
moving.
terms of Susie being able to find the papers. But I did remember that the papers are hidden. So she maybe looked for them, but she would not have known where to find them.
Yeah, but it's like, it's in Grandpa's closet still. You just have to knock down that little wall. I would have looked more aggressively, especially if it had been some time
you've had 40 years.
since I lived in the house. Like, I'm taking a sledgehammer to that bitch to see what's going on back here.
Fair. You're right. You're
Oh.
right. Yeah, because she could manipulate a sledgehammer. Damn. Okay.
She can apparently she can just pick up anything she wants. So,
Yeah. Ghost
she
rules,
can't
they're not
actually-
well established.
yeah. But it seems like she can't walk through anything. I don't think we ever see her walking through a door or through a wall or anything like that. It seems like she literally can't. She's just invisible and dead.
Huh.
I don't know how she
There's
gets
that
into the
show-
house in the beginning, though. I don't know how. Maybe through a window or something. I'm not sure, but
Yeah. I guess maybe she can just walk in. Because, when they go in the car, the doors of the cars open and she walks in with.
right.
So maybe
Yeah,
that's
she
what
just
she's
gets in the
doing.
car. Yeah, just like any normal person. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. It is weird. Yeah, the ghost rules are weird in this.
Mm-hmm. I'd be pissed.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
that
no,
was
it's
my
not a good
ghost reality.
a good world to be a ghost. And even though you have a lot of power, because you can move everything. You can
Right.
you can have a podcast. I guess it'll just be you setting it up, but then no sound.
No. Could you imagine publishing my first ghost podcast episode? It's complete silence, but I promise I'm there and I'm talking.
But it's the video is a companion piece where it's all the objects moving.
Oh, right. True. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's hilarious.
Okay, where are we with this bullshit? Okay, so they need to go to the bank and they go to the bank. And one thing I noticed at this bank is everyone there is super fucking old. They're all old.
Yeah, all the employees, everybody who's getting their money out, all the patrons, they're all old.
Yeah, it's like the retirement homes bank of choice.
So, could be. Yeah.
Using Susie's invisibility and walkie-talkies, they plot their plan. So they have basically Zach being the communication, Susie doing the actions, and then Terry on the outside basically telling them what they need to do because she's watching through the window.
Yeah, her binoculars.
Yes. So a security guard who's out there finally notices this weird child who is staring intently in the bank.
Yeah. It
And talking on a walkie-talkie.
It was her chanting because she was looking through the window, staring directly into the bank, and she's talking to the walkie-talkie saying, "Come on, baby, come on, let's go, baby." When
I
I
love
tell
your
you
little kid
the-
Come on, baby. Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
You got this.
That's literally what she sounded like, and it was so odd. I'm like, girl, you're trying to be
Yeah.
inconspicuous. You're trying to go unnoticed and hack into the bank system here. You're smart. Why aren't you
But
doing
she
better at
is
this?
a child. She is a child.
True.
Lest we forget.
That's true. She is definitely a small child. Yeah.
Yeah, so the security guard finally notices her and is suspicious. And she also has binoculars staring into the bank. So like,
Yeah. It's quite obvious that
oh my
she
god.
is up to something. I don't know.
Yeah, but he lets her go, and she goes back to basically helping them pull off their plan. And something goes awry, and some action they do accidentally gives people tons of money from the ATM.
Oh yeah. Susie hits the wrong key on the keyboard, and money just starts shooting out of the ATM, like just spilling out. Because as we all know, banks all have that fail-safe, ATM emptying button where you press it and then the ATM just shoots out every dollar that's in there.
Yeah, that's why I go to the bank every time hoping, like, I hope that fail-safe drops today and, like, all the money just comes out of the ATM. As it does.
Somebody just accidentally clicks that button, so...
One day.
Just be hanging around ATMs. Not suspicious or weird at all.
Nope, with binoculars. Totally chill. So it doesn't work. Like, they do it wrong and then the money comes out, as we discussed. And so they're trying to figure something else out. So they decide to finally, you know what? Look in Grandpa's fucking room.
Oh, wait. No. They do eventually succeed. Like, they hit that wrong button first. But then Terry is like... because Susie is like, I thought you said N10. And Terry's like, no, F10 or whatever. And then she hits the right key and they print the shit out. And then they hightail it out of that bank. They print out the blueprints or whatever. Which I don't know why.
Okay, but like, I'm going to say, why are they getting blueprints from a bank?
From a bank? I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever. I'm not questioning this movie.
Yeah, same.
The logic is airtight. All right.
Not a hole in sight, baby.
So they look through Grandpa's room based on those blueprints, I guess, and they find a secret room.
Yeah. Oh, this is where they also find out that Grandpa is rich as hell and owns half the town from the documents that they printed at the bank for some reason. It says it on there. I don't know. But
I'm glad you remember this movie because, like, dear listener, as we mentioned, this is a re-record, and I simply could not force myself to rewatch this movie.
Yeah, same.
It's been months.
It's just in my notes.
It's been months.
So
that's good. I have notes, but my notes are bad. My notes for this episode are terrible. So I'm doing my best.
Oh, God. It's cool. I'm here to support you.
I appreciate it. So they look through it. They find out Grandpa's rich. They go in his room. They find the secret room. And Zach is the one who discovers this.
Yeah.
And they find these papers and they find out that today is the last day in which they can stop Mr. Kovich's action.
Ultra development. Yeah.
Ultra development. Okay. So they're racing to get the papers to Susie's parents because, again, today's the day. And they get pulled over by a cop, who literally threatens to kill Terry.
Truly.
When she asks if he has probable cause.
With his gun. Like, he literally is like, I have a gun, though. I can shoot you. And I'm just like, bruh. What are we doing here? Like, what?
This movie is A-Cab, and it's my favorite part of it.
Yeah. A-Cab started right here with Susie Q.
It really did. Let's give Susie
Well, it started quite a much longer time before that, but you know what I mean. Yeah.
Susie Q supports A-Cab, okay?
Yeah. Susie Q supports. Exactly. Because this cop was an asshole.
Yeah, so the cop grabs the papers, and for some reason, Susie doesn't grab them back.
Yeah. And she also does not get into the damn cop car when they're driving away.
No, her actions are inexplicable. The cop calls Mr. Kovich because I guess they're all in his pocket, and he arrests them all like the pig he is. When I say them all, I guess I just mean Terry and Zach because Susie is a ghost. So Mr. Kovich seems also to be aware of the fact that today is the last day where his ownership of everything could be in jeopardy.
Right.
So they convince the cop when they're in prison that Terry has powers by using Susie, who's moving things around, and it seems like Terry is telepathic. And they hold the officer at gunpoint, which I'm like, fuck yeah.
Right. And that gun does go off. It's kind of scary. It's crazy.
It's very funny.
Nobody gets shot, but, you know, obviously.
Yeah. It's funny because Zach was very nervous when the cop was pulling them over. Susie was like, just keep driving. And Zach's like, we can't outrun a police officer. We have to pull over.
Yeah.
In a matter of like hours, he goes to like, I guess we're holding this cop at gunpoint and escaping prison. I guess that's what we gotta do.
Gotta do what we gotta do. Gotta do what we gotta do. I love how when because for some reason when the cop arrests Zach and Terry, later or like the next scene we see Susie just like walking the same path to the police station. I don't know why she didn't get in the goddamn car, but she shows up at the police station and Zach is like all frantic and just like, Susie, oh my god, are you okay? And she's like, I'm dead, Zach. And I just it was so funny because it's such a natural reaction if like someone I know had just walked miles and miles to come rescue me or whatever. I'd be like, oh my god, are you okay? You made it. And she's just like, I'm dead, Zach. Can't get any worse than this, babe.
Do you think ghosts get tired though? Like she did walk all that. Did she get tired?
Yeah, she did walk all that way. She didn't seem tired. At least I don't remember her ever being tired or ever feeling like she was struggling with anything. So
fair.
I guess not.
So they leave the police station and they steal the cop car. And on the drive, they realize like, oh my god, Zach's like my mom. She works for the news. I can like give her this story. And so he calls her at the station, and while they're driving, Zach transcribes the story for his mom to say on air. They get to the station, and the station immediately believes them. They trust these children out of nowhere, and they get to share their truth, which is that Susie's grandpa owned half the town, and Susie's parents are going to get their house and land back. Woo! Yay! So now that Susie's arc is kind of like finished, we focus back to Zach, who was our living boy. And what's his arc? It's basketball. So he realizes, you know what? I can't let this affect me forever. I got to get back in that game, baby.
Exactly. So, it's not his fault.
There's a game right now. He goes.
Oh, right. It's literally happening right now. Yeah.
And it's like after the excitement of like cops and like property law, don't care about basketball, but whatever, we're here, we're in it.
Right.
So they play basketball, and it's actually a really long scene, and it's kind of boring, but whatever. We get basically his not redemption, but his arc back to who he is. Susie's parents come to the game. And what is a cool tie-in is that Susie's dad used to be the basketball coach, which Johnny Angel, I believe, played basketball or some sort.
Yeah.
And they're able to use...
He was like, because Susie like trips and like almost falls when they're coming down the steps.
Right.
And Johnny Angel like does this move where he catches her. And then the dad is like, if you keep catching like that at the game, and we like, I remember when we talked about this before, we're just like, is there catching in basketball? Like, I don't think so.
You're right. You're right.
You know,
well, they're doing their thing.
He's the coach, so I'ma just let him.
I'll leave it to you, coach.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they are able to use Susie's dad's playbook, and with the playbook, Zach helps them win the game. Woo, baby. Okay. So that night after the game, Susie tells Zach it's time for her to move on, and they share a kiss.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, Johnny Angel from 55, shows up to pick Susie up, and Zach tells her he loves her.
Yeah. Oh, they're back at the bridge. So back right.
Yeah, they're back at the bridge. You're right. In the backseat of the car, it's Susie's grandpa, which really definitely like hit me a little bit emotionally. I thought that was very sweet because she loves her grandpa. Cute.
And he like woke up from a nap too. He was like laying back there in the back seat,
taking a little nap. And they drive off to heaven while some 50s sounding, Earth Angel type music starts playing, and it's like, I really love her, something like that. That
was great.
Back at school, Zach hears a familiar voice. Who is it?
Oh my god, it's Susie's twin.
Oh wait, it's
Or
Maggie.
her-
It's Maggie,
her
who
name
is
Maggie.
Susie,
She is
basically,
Susie. Yeah.
but from the 90s. And we end in a freeze frame of Zach's blissed out face as he meets Maggie. Cue the credits. I
You know
Want
what?
Candy plays.
Maggie is her long lost identical twin, who just
That
now
doesn't make...
happens
born?
to. No, she is just now somehow moving to this city for some reason.
Okay, but she's 40 years younger. I don't understand that part.
Oh right, Susie's dead.
And she died 40 years ago. That's the important part.
Oh,
Crystal.
okay. Forgot that little tidbit.
Like, I cracked it. This literally, as a kid, I thought this was so cute. As a grown up, I'm like, what is happening? Who
right.
is this woman?
Me too.
And
I remember as a kid, I was just like, oh my god, he gets to be
I
with
think
Susie, but not
she's-
really.
An identical stranger. That's all I can think of. Like a random person who exists generations later who looks just like Susie for some reason.
I mean, hey, genetics are wild. 7 billion people on the planet. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. And they went to the same high school. That tracks.
Yeah. Sure
So,
does.
yeah, I guess like any notes, questions, fun facts you have about this movie.
I don't.
That's fine.
I don't know. Like, what can I even say? I feel like
I
we
mean-
should talk about how, like, the granddad did own literally half the town. And, no, his family did not know. Remember we were talking about this before, and we came up with the theory that he, was doing nefarious things with all of his, like,
Oh.
properties around town.
Right.
He's
a
like the
crime
Willow
boss.
Valley Wrangler.
Right, he's a murderer. He's a serial killer. The
He's a
Willow
serial
Valley
killer.
Wrangler.
Because we were just like, how could his family not know that his whole life, or however
I know.
long he was rich or whatever, that he owned half the town? He didn't tell them, and he tried to tell them before he died, and he couldn't. It's like, bro, why didn't you tell them sooner? What's going on?
Yeah, that's honest. If I found out that like my grandfather owned half the town and just never told us, I'd be
Never
very
said
upset.
anything. Yeah, especially if he lived with me. It's my grandfather that I'm close to. Like,
Yeah.
what? You better let me know.
You're right, that
like,
is-
let
that
me in
is
on the
fucked.
riches.
That is fucked.
Truly.
Yeah, wow. But again, we'd have no plot. There's some
Right.
plot holes here. Like, let us
Yeah.
be
Just a little
clear.
bit. Yeah.
This is
just
not
a
a
few.
perfect film.
Not by any means. No.
Amy Jo Johnson, who is our Susie Q, famously played the Pink Ranger on Power Rangers. So she's the Pink Queen. Still wearing pink in this movie.
Princess. Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, I guess my question is, do you believe in ghosts, or have you had any experiences with ghosts?
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's the one that always comes back to me is like the Victoria apartment one. Where
I don't
you know,
I don't want to be rude, but I don't believe that was a ghost.
No one does. Every time I tell someone about that experience, they're all like, that was a shadow, it wasn't a ghost. But I will tell you, whatever was casting that shadow, I didn't see it. I don't know what it was. And it was shaped like a human person in the doorway of my bathroom. And it wasn't my shadow. It wasn't me. Because I was barely coming around the corner. Like, and it wasn't even, it didn't look like me. It wasn't like I recognize. Do I recognize my own shadow? I guess
I don't
I
know.
do. I maybe I would. I don't know. But it certainly did not feel like it was my shadow. And my heart immediately started thumping. I immediately started thinking somebody was in that bathroom. So
I just
I don't know.
that's just not enough for me to feel like a ghost was there. Like, nothing came of that. You
Yeah.
never had any other weird experiences. It was an extremely new building, which
That's true.
I don't know. It just, and it was like one of 100 apartments. It just seems
Yeah.
unlikely, in my opinion.
I wonder if anyone else in that building had any weird things happen. I don't know. Because I'm sure some people died while they were building that building, you know? So who's to say?
I mean,
but
are we sure that happened? I don't know.
It's a huge building. I feel like somebody has to die when they build these gigantic super tall buildings.
I think that's an assumed risk that someone has to die.
Really?
Yeah.
In the years that it takes them to build those buildings, you don't think one single person died on that construction site?
Okay, I'm not saying it's impossible, but I don't think it's an assumed thing. Like, someone definitely died. Like, no. It's not like war, where it's like, well, you know, people die.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Yeah.
But aside from that, my house in Boston was very creepy as well. Like, but that was just like creepy energy. And that house was old.
Yeah.
It was built in like 1930 or something, 1920, I don't know, but old as hell. And yeah, like it was just scary a little bit. Like I didn't want to, if I was home alone, I had to be in my room with the door locked, you know, lights on.
Wow.
Confined. Like I'm not going to be out in the open spaces. Like I just didn't feel like, I don't know. I felt like I needed to be cozier. I needed to be until someone else got home.
That reminds me of when you were visiting me here and you woke me up to help you kill a spider. And I was so pissed.
Oh my God. I mean, rightfully so. It was like 4:00 in the morning or something. 4:30.
Yeah. And I had to work the next day. I'm like, girl, what? And you were there with your girlfriend at the time. So it was not like you were alone.
But neither of us could kill the spider. And we have to lay out that I was heavily intoxicated.
Yes.
Heavily. Okay.
I think that's implied.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it? People don't know. Like, listeners don't know me.
That's true.
They don't know how I am.
Yeah. That's fair.
I'm going to put that out there. In my right mind, I would never do something like that, okay? I would cope. I'd find a way to cope.
In the bag, as they say.
In the bag. As Bethany's people say, when you're drunk, you're in the bag.
In the bag. Yeah. So you meant to wake up Silas. And he was also in the bag. And passed the fuck out. So you knocked multiple times to the point where I like had to get up and be like, girl, what?
I really wouldn't go away. It's not my finest hour. Not my finest moment.
No worries. And then I just wouldn't help you.
Yeah. You were just like, Crystal, no. I need to go to bed. And I'm like, okay. All right. That's fair.
Yeah. You took it very well.
Yeah.
You were like, okay.
Yeah.
I got my answer.
And then I slept on the couch because I was not going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me and my girlfriend both slept on the couch.
And then she said that you went to the bathroom naked or something like that. But now that you all broke up, I have to say, I don't believe that happened.
I mean, I literally have no recollection of that at all. And I remember everything else for the night. So
I just don't think that happened.
Same. I remember I did go up.
Believe her.
I went upstairs to go to the bathroom topless. That did happen. But I was holding on to my titties. You know, if you don't see nipple, who cares? It's not a big deal. And I was looking for my shirt. I was looking for my top, but I really had to go. And again, I was drunk as fuck. So I'm like, fuck it. It's Bethany and Silas. Like, whatever. I'm just going to cover my titties and run up to the bathroom. Butt ass naked, though. Vagina out.
No, you did not do that. I think you just did what you said with the titties. And she's like, you were totally nude. No, bullshit.
Because I think cannot imagine me doing that in any drunken state. So
I think she liked to hype up your drinking a little bit more because she didn't drink.
Yeah, she did honestly make me feel guilty about it. Whenever I did drink, she made me feel like kind of guilty every time.
Because you were talking about, I think, like the first or second time you all spent time together, and she was like, yeah, you know, you were drinking every night. And you were like, I had like a glass of wine each night. You make it sound like I was like getting drunk every night.
Right. Like
and
I was getting
that
hammered.
makes me think like that phrasing makes me think like when you went up topless holding your titties, she was like, yeah, and you were fucking buck ass naked. Like, no.
I could see that, honestly. Anything to
like
make the drinking scene. Yeah, I would never do that.
No.
But I mean, anything to anything to make the
Yes.
drinking seem off the wall, or like,
Yeah.
drinking is ruining your life. It's making you do stupid things. And I know it's
Yeah,
not.
also-
Like, I don't get drunk like that. You know, I get drunk to the point
I
where
know that.
I knock on your door at 4:30 to kill a spider. Like, that's the extent of it.
That's
You
your
know,
level.
Like, that's it.
I also feel like because the relationship was so imbalanced with you like being the grown up, that I think it
Yeah.
made her feel a little bit like more on your level by bringing you a little bit down. That's my
Yeah.
suspicion.
It's like, look at what your drinking habits made you do. Oh,
Yeah,
blah,
like
blah, blah.
I don't know how to brush my teeth, but you drink
Bruh.
alcohol sometimes.
Literally. Did you brush your teeth? Maybe you brush your hair before we leave the house? Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. I'm sorry.
At least you just
Where
do
is
it.
the hospital bill from when I gave birth? Because why do I have a child? Why am I
Who's older than you
parenting?
are? Oh my god.
Literally. Older than me. Like, what the hell?
Ridiculous.
Wild
Ridiculous.
times.
Yeah.
Wild times. That was a great
yeah,
birthday
I-
trip, though. That was
Oh,
good
that
times.
was. I was so happy to have you here. I want you to
Yeah.
visit again.
That was a great visit.
Yeah. I feel like I lived in a haunted apartment when I was like 25.
What made it feel haunted?
Okay, well, first of all, it was the oldest building in Marin County in the Bay Area.
Oh, yeah, something
Like
happened in
existing
that.
buildings.
Something
Yes.
happened
And
in
it
that
just
building.
like, you know, I'm all about vibes. Like this house, the house I owned was built in the 1950s. And I came in, I was like, vibes are immaculate. Like it's an old house, but like nothing is off here.
Right. Yeah, feels good.
Entered that place and I'm like, the vibes are off. And like multiple people would say that. It wasn't just me. It was like many people who came over were like, something's
It's creepy.
happened.
Yeah, something's going on. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like it was haunted. But you never saw
Yeah.
it. Like, nothing ever, like,
No.
happened.
No. And yeah, there was no
Anything
evil
move
entity.
or go missing?
No.
Nothing? Oh, okay.
I mean, we
Okay.
had rats too.
Ugh, hate rats.
Yeah.
I mean, I
my-
love rats, like, the animal. Like, when people have pet rats, I'm like, rats are cute, but I don't like a wild rat in my home, you know?
I'm anti all rats, and
Wow, okay.
my friend's boyfriend at the time was there all the time, and
Oh, annoying.
it was just like one time I came over, and he and his friend were just hanging out in my living room.
Without your roommate?
Like I came home, yes.
Oh. Oh, no. Why are they hanging out like they live there?
I'm saying. And his friend was like not a bad person, but he had like weird energy. And after my friend came home, the friend of her boyfriend left. I'm gonna call him E. He left, and they were being weird, and they told me eventually that like, oh, E was hoping that you would take a drive with him. He thought you were really pretty, and he wanted to like take you on a drive. And I'm like,
Oh.
no.
No. And why didn't he say any? What did he think was going to happen? That you were just
I
going to
don't-
telepathically hear his thoughts and be like, so, hey, would you want to go on a drive? Like, what?
I'm like,
Where did he approach you about that?
exactly. And I'm like, if you are attracted to me, you can ask me on a date.
Right. But we're not going on no drive. Where are we going, first of all?
No, I don't know you
What?
like that. Going on
Where
a drive?
are we driving to?
I'm not going on a free date. I had to put up with your ass for free. You better buy me a
Absolutely
meal.
Yeah,
Come
truly.
on.
Especially if the
Unbelievable.
vibes are weird to begin with. Because sometimes, like,
Yeah.
the vibes can be weird, but some people are awkward, you know, when they're expressing their
Yeah.
interest and da-da-da. And, like, if I can see a hint of cuteness in the weirdness, like, okay, let's get some drinks. Let's go get some food. Let's see what's going on. A drive, babe? No.
Yeah. No.
Nope. You're not about to go drive to no weird I don't even know where. And do what, actually?
Exactly.
What we finna do like, in the car or on this drive?
Nothing
Like,
good.
no.
Nothing good.
Nothing good at all. So, none of
Yeah.
that.
So anyway, he used to just be in. And so one day he bought a bag of potatoes to the house, and he just left them in our kitchen. And he got up the next morning. He's like, "Oh, I left this bag of potatoes out. I was just curious to see if the rats would eat them, and they did." And I'm like, so you are leaving food to welcome the rats into my home?
On purpose?
And that is when I decided I had to leave.
Bruh, the last
And I
straw.
did. And I did.
What the hell? Just doing a little experiment to see if the rats would come out. Let's not try to get them to come out at all. What are you doing?
Like, they're gonna come out for food. Like, what are
Right.
we doing here?
They're rats. They will
They're
come.
rats.
They're already here. We know that they're here. They will come out for the food. So what's going on? It sounds like
Who's
E
to say?
wasn't all there. Maybe.
Well,
possibly.
E was the friend. Jay
Oh, that was the boyfriend?
the guy. Yes, this was the boyfriend who did this.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you got out of there. You had
Thank
to.
you. I'm also grateful. Cool. Well, I think that's
Crazy.
everything. Oh, so dear listener, we're going to rank these episodes.
Oh,
this is the
yes.
first one, or not these episodes. Sorry, rank these movies. This is the first
movies.
episode, and this stands alone. So you'll start getting rankings next week when we watch. Is
Wish
it
Upon a
Paper
Star?
Brigade next week or Wish Upon a Shit?
Wish upon a star.
It's Wish Upon a Star next
Yes.
week.
Yes.
Which is
yes,
one that
yes.
I love and I am excited
Same.
for.
Same Z's.
Yeah. Yeah,
So good. So fresh.
Hopefully that's a better episode. But yes, thank you for listening, and we will be
Yes.
back next week with a whole new thing.
Bomb decom episode.
Yes. All right. I love you all dearly. Goodbye.
Yes. Love you. Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to The Bomb Decom. You can follow us all over the internet on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all at The Bomb Decom, and at our website at thebombdecom.com. You can also email us at thebombdecom@gmail.com. We release new episodes every Wednesday, so you better find your ass back here next week.
This show was created, produced, and hosted by us, Bethany Birdhill and Crystal Innes, and edited by me, Crystal. Our theme music credit also goes to DJ Quads. Thank you, DJ Quads, for the excellent music. You can find them on YouTube. And we will see you next time, baby.